Welcome back to Mossy's Mini Allotment, 19th of July, basking in sunshine. Do a quick walk around, see what's happening, taking a lot of stuff out as we go, so enjoy the tour. So just start at the back this time round. I'll start with probably my best success so far this year, which is definitely the corn. As you can see, it's flying up even since the last video, so I'll just get a bit closer, show you what's happening on the stalks. So as you can see, we're forming nice trusses there, nice solid heads on them, feeling nice and thick there, so I'm really delighted with them. Lettuce is really taken off and probably coming to the end, so I'll take some of that out and I might even backfill this with another sown of small lettuce. Just moving to the left then, back bed number 2 again. That was the other different lettuces that I saw, so some of them are heading up. We can take some heads and we're still picking away bit by bit and using that, which is great. Really productive bed. Spring onions all nearly ready. As you can see, we grow them into bunches and they actually form little bunches then as they grow. They're great, never huge but always nice. This sort of salad mix is excellent. This is really where you save your money on the lettuce, so if you go into the shop and buy a bag of that, it's usually the most expensive, so it's just a mix, rocket, lambs, lettuce, different things. Again, that's excellent. So that's the back 2 small beds, all fine. We'll just swing around now to the cabbages. So big bed 3, this is where we had the brassicas, so the calabrese, cauliflower and cabbages. So just move in. Cauliflowers haven't headed up, these are normal white head. Actually I'll zoom in there so you can probably see it. Through the netting we've got a small head. So I always found cauliflower tricky enough. They usually can bolt quite easy, and it's happened already as I'll show you in the second bed. We've taken all that broccoli out now, our calabrese, and the second heads are coming through. Some of them are going straight to flower, but we won't worry about that too much. We got a good return from them. And the last of the cabbages, we've been taking them out slowly. Again, 3 different types you can see just even in that shot there. So traditional York, not really sure of the names. Quite thick head on that one, and then that bulky sort, which are all doing great, so we're just taking them as we need them. So that's the brassicas again, has been doing great since the start of the season and continue to deliver, so delighted with that. Move around now, have a look at the other beds. This is what we describe as big bed 2. It's hard to see through the net, but I'm obviously not going to take that off. This was the climbing cucumber, outdoor cucumber that I put in when I took the Colorado boy out. It's latching on everywhere into the net, and it's actually doing quite well considering it's pretty shaded. Again, apologies, you can't see much, but I'll just pick a couple of things. I'm going to zoom in over the top so you can see, start off, and then a bad thing is the purple cauliflower, so that one's gone straight out and bolted. I'm going to see it, but there is one here which is really nice, and hopefully you can get the effect. So I think they're really cool, and what I usually do is end up taking them quite small because it's hard to catch them between letting them grow on and bolting. So as I say, really grow that for the challenge more than anything else, and you get the idea, just despite the netting, how nice that is. Again, scan across the top, you can't see much because everything is obviously under the ground, and you've got turnips there, and I'll catch one of them in the harvest later on. In there there's some more broccoli. It's well shaded, I'm not even sure whether it's going to be able to grow, and then at the end just a few sprouts that I get from seed, all grown nicely. So we'll swing around into big bed 1 and then do a general scan around the edges. So as I swing around to the first big bed at the front, just have a quick look at these climbing flowers, which are doing great, attracting loads of bees and everything else into the plot. Just add a nice bit of colour. Just scan in now. So again, the onions really surprised me, they've done well. Starting to touch each other in some cases, so I'm going to definitely take out some of them tonight, every second one or so, and let some of them see where they go. Any bigger they really have fallen over and are sloppy and messy, but they're growing, so we leave them. Stuck in there then, some more of those spring onions went in first, so they're obviously a bit bigger. Scanning out, we've got the beetroot, still have that disease or whatever it is, but they're growing, so I'm going to leave them. Swiss chard again, slightly affected by that condition or whatever it is, so again, if anyone does have any advice on that, let me know. Lovely red. The French beans, dwarf type, so as you can see, Brendan-esque Zoom in, and we got some nice growth on them. These French beans, these are meant to be white ones. Not sure whether they're white. Broad bean on the outside isn't doing great. Again, some more of that outdoor cucumber really latching on. Well, we have some fruit grown, as you can see there. I think they're pickling cucumbers, I think people refer to them as. So that's the other big bed. Take a stroll now around the outside, looking at the different pots and buckets. So as well as the various beds, as most people know if you watched the videos before, we've got surround the edge with large pots and containers. Just really trying to take advantage of the space and use it the best we can. So we'll just have a stroll around and have a look and see what we got there. So starting off in the far corner, we've got the strawberries pretty much coming to the end, like a lot of stuff. You can see there's still some on there. These are quite small, but they're really sweet. Not sure the variety, but they're nice. We got some cucumber. Sorry, big round courgette. So we have fruits in there somewhere. They're flowering well. Second, third pots. These are the round courgette. So you can get one there. So you can see they actually stay round. And then right in here, you got the courgettes. That one's a bit dead in the end, but we've taken a few off there. They look more like Maros or stripy. I think a lot more Nightmare 2 had a similar issue. They're a bit different. They're not like normal courgettes, but we keep going with them. Herbs, mint. I'll just scan up then. Tumble and Tom is doing brilliant. I think we'll be growing a few more of them this year, or even next year maybe. You see we already have some ripe ones. We had some of them for tea tonight, so that's doing excellent. Scan around now, have a look at the rest of the buckets. We have the night stock, Cosmos again, trying to add a bit of colour around the edges. Night stock, really, really excellent. Adds a perfume at night time, does what it says in the tin, as they say. These are Sugar Snap, again, really nice to eat. Not much on them, but grab it on and I'm going to start harvesting before the plant starts to die off. Just step back, just to climb a French bean, doing well. Reach the top, we've got some flowers and some beans on them. I'm learning from a few other people's advice. I usually do it in the greenhouse. I've just basically attached the string from the shed directly over to the top of the canes. Hopefully you can see that, and they already started to climb across this string, so make a bit of a feature of that, and also get some more beans out of it. Sunflowers doing great. These are the tomatoes. You can see they're doing good. Not sure how to pick them out or stop them growing, but I'm going to just keep an eye on them. Pretty much stop them as they get maybe a little bit higher. We do have fruit on, and you can see in there somewhere. Yeah, there. So we've definitely got fruit on each of the plants. None quite ripened yet, but I think if we keep this heat up, we definitely should be able to get some ripe tomatoes off that this year. That's the spare grow bag, and we put in the lettuce seed. It's very tightly packed, but all I do is really just pick out those individual baby leaves. They're really nice. As you can see, 3 different types growing in there, supplying us with plenty of salads. Step back actually, sorry, just the orange carrot doing great. I haven't thinned them out, just going to leave them, let them grow a bit bigger. Just the red carrot. I was disappointed with this, but I think natural selection really means I don't have to thin out too much, which is great. This is the garden pea coming to the end. I probably didn't pick enough off it as they grew, so they're starting to yellow up, but I don't mind, so we can clear it out, have a bit of space for everything else. As you can see, plenty on that. We'll be clearing that off tonight. Scanning around then, another sunflower, all doing brilliant, all over 6 foot at the moment. Some more of the dwarf French bean. That was a spare pot and some spare plants I had. Plants were just lying around, so I said I might as well use them and stuck them in. As you can see, they're off for the size of them. They have a good few plants on. So this is the last of the potatoes. We do a harvest probably tonight or tomorrow. It's starting to get very leggy and messy, but we'll keep them going as long as we can. But we will pull one bag out and do a comparison to the bucket. So we'll do that in a separate video. Won't spend too much time on them. Down to the end, these are the purple haze. Again, germination wasn't great, but they're looking good, growing well. Won't have to thin them out too much. There's a nice space between most of them. Down the fruit section, small that is, more strawberries. Nearly done now. Got loads off them, just producing a lot of runners now. Same again with the raspberries, coming to the end I think. They rarely get a chance even to ripen up and the kids have them off. And then in the background then we've got the blackberry, which I think is probably September. So before I finish up, I'll just scan around and have a look at the pineberry, which I forgot to mention. So just the pineberry was the first year I did them. And I think this may be it, but I think that is officially their pineberry, or white strawberries, or alpine strawberries. So we haven't got much, as you can see, but I think next year this plant will do well. It keeps on sending out loads of runners, so there's tons of runners on them. So I'm just trying to come up with a way. Maybe I'll just take it down and let the runners go into pots on the ground. Turn it around. They have a lot of little heads, but they look a bit different. I think they're trying to be strawberries. We'll let them grow and see what they look like. Thanks for watching. Finished with a quick harvest update. Zoom in. Small little spring onions, French beans, some mint, small turnips, radish. Took out some of those onions. Garden pea, sugar snap, little heads of lettuce. It's not bad. Slán.